No, Mrs. Freida Modglin, this is your week. 2/1978.
I was born in a little village in southern Tennessee called Minor Hill on October the 10th, 1924. My parents lived in a two-room house, and Daddy worked in a drugstore for $1 a day. Before I was 4, I had had all the childhood diseases: pneumonia, pink eye, diphtheria, chicken pox, whooping cough, measles, and I nearly died with each one of them. When I was 4, a car ran through a stop sign and ran over my mother, and she was very badly crushed. One hip was crushed, and after that, one leg was always shorter than the other. She had to have a major operation, and I went to my grandparents. I have an uncle who is just 10 years older than me, and he enjoyed teasing little kids. One day my grandmother came in from the garden and found me crying my eyes out. She took me in her lap and asked me what was the matter, and I told her that Clifford had told me that the doctors in the hospital had taken a big butcher knife and cut my mother open. Well, Clifford was a head taller than Mama Inman, but she put him over her knee and used a big paddle on him. My mother was never well after that. She always walked with a limp, and she always had pains on that left side. When I was 5, we moved to Nashville, where we stayed until long after I graduated. We lived across the street from Shelby Avenue Baptist Church, where we went all those years. Daddy bought a restaurant called a Pie Wagon, which was a converted box car with a counter all around the walls and stools to sit on. This was across town from where we were living, so we moved in the same block with the cafe because Mother cooked plate lunches and pies for the Pie Wagon. Mother always said I would never have any table manners because I was raised on a cafe stool. We never had a car, so every Sunday we got on the streetcar and rode downtown to the car barn and transferred to another streetcar that took us to church. This was during the Depression, and everybody had to skimp. Usually on Christmas I got a doll and material for a dress. My mother always made all our clothes. When I was 9, I had rheumatic fever and was in bed for a year and a half. They did not have the medicines they have now. I took aspirins for my fever and digitalis for my heart and rubbed my joints with some horrid smelling stuff. One time my heart was so enlarged that it pressed against my lungs until I could not breathe laying down. So they put a chair upside down on my bed, and I sat up for about 2 weeks. We had never had a radio, but when the church knew that I was going to have to stay in bed so long, they bought us a little portable radio. I kept it on all the time. I listened to all the news and all the music and even all the soap operas that were on. Our preacher came to see me at least twice a week, and the church had special prayer meetings every week for me. Mother and Daddy knelt by my bed every night and prayed for me. After over a year, when I began to get better and was allowed to sit up in bed for 5 minutes at a time, then 10 minutes, and finally could hang my feet off the edge of the bed, but when I tried to walk, I had to learn all over again just like a baby. The doctor did not want me to go back to school, but I was determined to go. So we had to move to a place that had a school with only one floor, for I was not allowed to go up or down steps. I had been in the 4th grade when I got sick, so they skipped me that half grade, and I started in the 5th grade. I went to school all that year and the next. Then I was supposed to start in junior high, but that summer I had another spell of rheumatic fever, and I was still sick the day we should have registered. The doctor came out to see me, and we argued and argued about whether I was going to school. Finally, when he got ready to leave, he told Mother that she could do as she pleased about sending me to school, but if I went, he would not be responsible for me. Well, I went. I had to get on a bus, which by then had replaced the streetcars, and go downtown and transfer and get another bus to school. I started in the 7th grade to taking extra subjects so that I did 6 years' work in 5 years so that I made up for the year I had lost. I was always on the honor roll, and for the last 4 years' work, I had an average of 96 7/10. I graduated in June of 1942. The doctor had said that I would never be able to go up or down steps, or walk very far, or swim, or skate, or dance, or ride horseback. He said I should never get married, for I could never have children. He said my heart would never let me carry a child for 9 months. Boy, did I fool him.
Thank you.